Welcome to the podcast where we take a deep dive into the stories behind construction business leaders. We will share how they got started, how they found success, and the lessons learned along the way. I'm your host, Eric Fortenberry. Welcome to Builder Stories. All right, welcome everyone. Today I'm here with Steve Tonkins from Tommico Builders, and wanted to let him share his story with you. We can kind of talk more about how he got into it and all of that, but I'm going to go ahead and just introduce Steve here and let us know who you are, where you're from, what you do, kind of the basic overview there, Steve.
Hey Eric, how are you? So Steve from Tommico Renovations. We're a boutique building company in the inner west of Sydney, Australia. We specialize in renovations and extensions, and we do architectural builds and also design and build ourselves.
Awesome. So all the way across the pond, I asked you just a minute ago what time it was over there. You said it was 7 a.m. Is that right?
Yeah, 7 a.m. Yeah,
nice
and early.
So you got to wake up early for all the JobTread trainings and calls that we do.
Yeah. I always have my morning coffee with me next to me. So yeah, that's good. I like it.
Awesome, man. Well, yeah, we have been really impressed with, kind of seeing the work that you've been doing. So, how'd you get into construction in the first place? I saw a video on your website. Maybe you grew up doing some work. Tell us that story.
It was it wasn't like from the get-go. I always knew that I liked building. I liked working with my hands. I was always kind of a bit creative. But the start of the building journey kind of happened with almost like a quarter life crisis when I was like 25. I actually went to university and then started being a web developer for a company in Sydney. I was doing that for about 4 years, and it was I was young, and it just the hum of the office just wasn't for me. Like back then I was like surfing every day, so I was like, I got to be outside. So yeah, a bit of a quarter life crisis, a couple of personal things happened at the same time, so I just went stuff this, and then went and started looking for an electrical apprenticeship to start with, and didn't land anything for a while. So from there I started laboring for a bricklayer, which is interesting. It was hard yards, carrying those 6 bricks in each hand. But I loved it. That was awesome. I was kind of doing what I wanted to be. I was back outside in the sun. And then from there, I ended up working with a building company and got a carpentry apprenticeship. And then just kind of saw them building a house, from the foundations up, and kind of knew, okay, this is what I want to do. And I was a bit late to the game at 25. So I really just kind of had my head pointed at going, okay, I want to be a builder. So yeah, just kept going. Got the builder's license. Did a couple of years with other builders as well. Got the builder's license, and then started my own company. That's the awesome. Funny thing about that is I left all the computers and the mouse clicking, and I've pretty much gone full circle. I'm back to full spreadsheets and emails, and I'm probably more in front of the computer now than I was doing IT.
Sure.
but I love it. It's good. This Tommico is my baby, so yeah, it's good.
Yeah, that's neat. So you've both worked in the field, hands-on, but now you're running the business. What do you think have been the hardest things about starting up a business?
I think the hardest things is kind of not knowing what you don't know.
Sure.
Is a bit hard. And then kind of where I am now. So 6 years later, if I could go back in time and kind of know, okay, the right software. I always knew I wanted some good software, but you really just got to take your time and slowly build up the business, because you need the cash flow. You can't be spending, big bucks if it's just you on the tools all day. And being part of the right associations. So I guess like the learning curve is, like I'd say like get a part of the associations, get the right software, get part of networks. But then on the flip side, that all costs money. So you just kind of got to grind through it and build up the business at a slow pace. So there's different challenges.
So what, you're about 5-6 years in, you said?
Yeah, 6 years in. Yeah.
And what's your team look like today? I mean, are there other employees or just you?
Yeah, so it's me and my partner Lisa.
Okay.
So we're kind of behind the scenes doing all the administration and everything. So that kind of works where she does pre-construction and then I'm doing pretty much like project management and then a bit of sales as well. And then out in the field, we have a foreman, carpenter, and apprentice.
Nice.
Yeah. And then all the other subbies as well.
Yep. So using a bunch of subs, but got your core team there.
Yeah.
How'd you find your partner, Lisa? Is there kind of a clear divide in responsibilities? Like, so she's all pre-con, you're project management, you guys may both do a little bit of sales, or I mean, how'd you guys meet up and decide to partner up?
Oh, well, she's my wife. So
Okay.
she's kind of like, so that's how it wasn't a business transaction first. It was,
Gotcha.
Yeah. So that's my wife. And it was just, she's a photographer by trade. And she just she asked like, can I help out with the business? And I was like, yeah, sure, you can help out. And kind of not like, I don't think she realized what she was getting herself into. I think it'll be a couple of hours, and like straight off the bat it was like, here's 20 hours of work a week.
Yep.
And no, it's a good partnership. Well, I say it as simple as she does pre-construction and I do post-construction or like during the construction. It's not as clear cut as that, but we kind of have a bit of divide between our roles. We're not like in each other's face. And we definitely both have like different strengths. I'm a bit of a perfectionist and would spend hours just trying to perfect something, whereas she could pump out an estimate, within a couple of hours, and it's not perfect, but it's done. And then I can go through and finesse it. So whereas I would spend, 8 hours trying to create the perfect estimate.
That's funny. I think I've got a little bit of that perfectionism challenge too, which it can certainly slow you down, but man, when you come out with it, it's right. Yeah.
So if you got someone who is helping you get the bulk of the work done, then you can come in and perfect it. So.
That's it's kind of an interesting story there. My wife is also a photographer, and at the beginning of JobTread, she also said, well, hey, how can I help? I was like, well, if you want to come help make some phone calls, and she did it for a little bit, but I think she got a little burned out on coming into work every day when she really wasn't her cup of tea. So didn't quite work out for us running the business together, but that's all good. I think it's awesome though that you're able to make it work with your wife, and you guys have a good working relationship. I mean, do you have a separation, between work and family time, or how do you manage that? or no such thing, huh?
No, we talk about it all the way up through the night. It's hard. It's hard at times. But it has its advantages as well, because when times are tough, we get to verbalize it. Whereas when it was just myself, there was, I couldn't just whinge about it for hours on end. So at least we kind of know exactly what's going on. There was a period during COVID where so we built like an attic office where I'm up now. But we're both sitting on the dining table in the kitchen. And that was a little bit too close for comfort, like both sitting on the same side of the kitchen. I need a bit of breathing space with the office, with the table.
Nice. So from a sales perspective and I guess even from like leads and stuff, I mean, how are you guys getting the word out? What's working for you? How are your customers finding you? Is it, you doing anything with, marketing, advertising?
Yeah, so I'd say 90% of our leads. It is changing now, but what kind of built the business up was from my web development background, was building the website, optimizing it, and just getting like kind of organic leads through Google. So we get about probably five decent leads probably a week, and that's without having to pay for anything. So that kind of built itself up, and that was pretty good. And now we're moving more into the architectural space. So to build that up, a couple of clients have come to us with plans already. And then after we work with the architect or interior designer, then, I just really kind of, what's the word, like massage that relationship, just make sure I do a really good build.
Yeah.
I work with them, not against them. And then now, and I try and do it organically, reach out to architects. So tomorrow morning, I'm going to go meet up with an architect. But it's not like a cold call. It's always, there's a connection to connection. So
Sure.
I'm not trying to just cold call every architect out there.
Yeah.
Just trying to do it organically. Yeah.
So do you, do you, what's kind of like your lead, flow look like there? I mean, like inbound lead comes in. I mean, do you call them? Do you have, a phone meeting? Do you go out on, out to their site? When do you get the architect involved?
So our sales process is kind of like what you're describing. So if we get the email, we'll send back, and this is where Lisa comes in. She'll send back an email with a lot of questions in there. Some of them kind of a bit forward, just asking, when you're starting, have you got plans? Is it CDC? Is it DA? We might even ask what their budget is. So really just trying to pre-qualify them with that initial email. And then some people might not respond to that, which is good, because we'd start to weed them out. We'll also give them kind of like a time frame of when we're available, which kind of scares off some of them as well. We'll go, we're booked out for 6 months, and you're by looking at your project, you're looking like we give them a realistic figure. You're looking about this. So straight away, we've given them a time frame and a budget. So that does help pre-qualify a lot of them. If they come back and like, yep, no worries, we go, okay, cool. Then we go out, go on site, do a site visit, quick measure up, just let them basically talk and tell us about their project. From there, I'll give them a ballpark estimate. And then depending if they've got plans, or if they don't have plans, then I will get my architect involved and give them a preliminary agreement and get them to sign that. And then we start the design process with them. And that's alongside with our architect. So he's not in-house, but it's someone we work with and we work well together. And then from there, we'll build the plans, but we're also sticking to the budget. So it's plans built around the budget, compared to if you just go to an architect straight up, they're just trying to create a really beautiful plan, design. And then we've seen it before where clients come out and then they go out to tender and it's not sitting there hitting their budget. So that's our design build aspect. And it's really good because I can see straight away, I go, okay, there's a beam here, there's a beam here. If you knock that out, we're going to have to add in a cantilever beam or something. That's going to cost you thousands. Or you've gone too close to your boundary. So that's a fire rated wall. So you could just pick up things along the way rather than just being all design centric. So after that, we'll get the plans and then send it off to council, get it approved, and then start the design process with them. And we'll give them an allocated construction slot, like we said at the beginning.
So are you booking out like 6 months? Is that kind of what you're looking at right now?
That's what we're looking at now. Yeah. So
how long's your average project run?
Average is probably 3 to 4 months.
Okay. And are you working on one at a time, or do you take on multiple projects at once?
We take on definitely multiple projects.
Yeah.
So currently we've got 3 going.
Okay.
And that's pretty comfortable. So yeah, 3 is a good number. It is going to get a bit hairy coming up with but there was a bit of a lull at the start of the year with all the interest rates. We had a whole bunch of projects where we looked like we were booked out for the entire year at the start of the year. And they just one by one just fell through as the interest rates just kept going higher and higher. And once someone bought down the road, someone was like, I'm going to put it on hold. Someone just said, so they weren't going to other builders. They were just pausing the projects.
Sure.
So yeah, there's a bit of a lull during the start of the year. So I kind of was scrambling a bit and then all these projects came in. So yeah, the next 6 months is going to be not the perfect world of like having, a perfect overlap, but we got the work, so we'll make it work.
Awesome, man. Yeah, that sounds like you got a great process ironed out there, and doing a good job getting them, I guess I assume once you get them into the design phase, you're probably able to get them closed and get the work done, or is there a drop off at that point too?
Generally, if they're designing with us, they usually go ahead with us.
Yeah.
So part of the contract is they're not obliged to go ahead with us. But we've taken them through the process. They know the architect. They know we work with the architects. And we tell them, you're basically getting a whole team. So we all work well together. So you're not getting an architect and a builder who don't really meet eye to eye. So generally, the success rate is pretty high.
What's the competitive landscape there for you? Is it, you competing against a bunch of guys, or is it, a little bit more sparse? I mean, how's it, do you have to compete on price? How do you handle all that?
It's not, it doesn't feel too competitive. I know a couple of builders around there. All the good builders are, similar price to us.
Yeah.
So no, it doesn't feel competitive. And everyone we meet is just, most of the builders are happy they just want another builder to talk to.
Yeah.
Nice. At the end of the day. Yeah, no, it's okay right now. Yeah.
What would you say you guys do like exceptionally well? If a customer is choosing between you and someone else, they're going to choose you for what?
I'd say like if customers are going with Tommico, it's just kind of the experience. It's working with Lisa and myself. We're fairly level-headed, I'd say. I don't know, fairly chilled out and easy to get along with. But we take it very serious and very professional, and every variation is very well documented. Especially using JobTread now. Like I got a variation approved the other day. Actually, I said to the boys, it was a record. We found a tree stump which was in the way of this renovation that we're doing, and I sent off the variation, sent off to the client, and she signed it and sent it back, and I could track it because it was on the WhatsApp when they told me about it. And 17 minutes later, I said, "It's approved, boys." So nice. I was like, "That's it." 17 minutes for a variation to be approved. Yeah, and signed.
How has JobTread impacted your business?
Yes, it's awesome. Yeah. Part of the reason for saying yes to come on the podcast is I'm a fanboy of JobTread. I tell everyone in Australia about it. Who I can. So it's just the biggest thing for me, and especially coming from like a technical background, was I could create kind of those systems before, so I don't know if you've seen on my JobTread, I create almost like a sales funnel, because your software is so customizable. Everyone's probably uses it a bit differently. But yeah, I go from, have I booked a meeting with them? Have they been contacted? And then from there, has the estimate, I'm creating the estimate, and then has the estimate been sent? And so all the way down to, into construction and then post-construction. So in JobTread, I create that sales funnel. So I was building spreadsheets before where I could create that kind of sales funnel. I had another spreadsheet where I created a Gantt chart just by moving the colored cells over. And then I had the budget side as well. So your software kind of has all those three things, which is awesome. But it was just that thing of like, I needed the guys to see what I was building. So it's one thing to have the spreadsheet there, but I could only like create a PDF every so often. But now it's all just kind of like in unison, and everyone can see what's going on. And the spreadsheets don't break now either.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So what's the what's the vision for the company? Where do you want to take it and grow, next 5-10 years? I mean, what are you guys planning?
I'd say next 5-10 years, it'd just be focused more on I'd say like 500 to 1 mil renovations. Get more involved with the local architects around here. Still keep going down our design and build route as well. Because like doing both routes at the same time.
Yeah.
And I don't know, so just the ultimate vision is to be the go-to builder for the inner west Sydney. Just like if you want a renovation or extension, you just go, Tommico is going to give you a good quality build and it's going to be a smooth process. So I don't know how big that means that we get. But that's kind of the vision.
Man, well, your work certainly looks top notch on the website, and from what I've seen, so I think you're well on your way.
Thanks. The website needs an update, so it's actually coming soon. So
is it? All right, cool, man.
Yeah.
Well, just maybe kind of and wrapping up here. I mean, like what advice would you give to other guys who may be just getting going, starting their construction business or been doing it for a while? Kind of just any general thoughts or advice that you might want to share with others? Yeah,
I'd say kind of the key things that I've learned, which have helped like build up the business, is network. Just call up all the local builders or become part of an association. Go out to the events. Just start talking to other builders. Most other builders want to talk. It's not this closed off community. Wherever you are in your journey of building a business or about to start a business, you get these little snippets of information by just having a chat with someone else. And you could read about it, but there's something about having that conversation with other builders. So my advice is, just find an association, sign up, even before you think you need to, and just use the communities. I'm part of the JobTread Facebook community. Whenever I got a question, I post it on there. I'm a part of an association in Australia as well. So just either part of that, they have Facebook groups, and I can just post questions, and then they have like even meetings as well. So just get out there, get out to the community, just ask as many questions as you can with other builders. My other advice would be, it's easy to build a building company quickly. That's not the hard part. So take it slow. Just you can see in the news today, like builders are going under. So you can build up a building company quickly, and it can look like you've got cash in the account, but you got to be really, really careful, and join an association to find out how the accounting side works, work in progress and stuff. So to make sure that you're not actually just adding adding cash into your business, but you're actually under all this, under the surface, actually going backwards. So yeah, so it's just network, and then network and build slowly.
It's awesome. Yeah, do you guys have a bunch of like trade shows and like just conferences and expos that you can go to? Like, I think we have, I mean, I don't know. I think I went to like 25 something different builder shows last year, but is that something that, are there a bunch of events over there? Cause I'm kind of thinking I might need to, send our team over there and set up a booth and, if there's some big builder show there, we need to know about it.
Yeah, come down. The big one is the Sydney Building Expo.
Okay.
That one just finished last month. But yeah, there's always building events going on. But yeah, come on down. I'm only 15 minutes from the expo center, so
nice.
Yeah, I'll pop
All
by.
Right.
Yeah.
I think it was I don't know, probably like 10 years ago last time I was in Sydney, but yeah, awesome place. Love being out there. Now the real question is, are we going to be able to get you to JobTread Connect this year in January? You coming to Dallas, Texas?
Dallas, Texas. Oh man.
I think we got direct flights now. I'm not positive, but pretty sure there's one, at least maybe one.
Yeah. I don't know. So I mentioned I got my partner Lisa. There's also like we got a 1-year-old son as well. He's actually downstairs right now. So yeah, that'd be a stretch.
No worries.
You'll have to ask the other business partner.
Just so you know, the Qantas does have a direct flight. You could leave there at 3:40 and get here at 4:05. So seems pretty short to me. Oh man, no, we'll have to check with the other partner as well, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Awesome, man. Well, hey, I appreciate you taking the time to just kind of share your story and how you got into it and just some of the lessons you've learned and some advice for others. So really appreciate it. And again, thanks for everything you keep doing and keep leading the way. And yeah, we look forward to seeing you hit that goal. 5-10 years being that the go-to builder for your whole we'll say that all of Australia. How about that? You got that whole that whole continent there for me, leading the way. Maybe we can get a bunch of businesses up there and give you some more competition. But no, you're doing an awesome job, man. Appreciate it.
Yeah, no, thank you. Thanks for having me on. And honestly, JobTread is really good software. Like I said, I'm a fanboy, and the way you guys update it is insane. I think I asked for something the other day, and like within 2 days, you guys had fixed the problem. No, it wasn't a problem. It was an update. You guys just updated it. So, I really do like it. And I don't know if I mentioned at the start, I trialed 5 different softwares, and I was going through all of them. And yours was just the cleanest. It was the smoothest to run. It kind of worked with my workflow, which I think is because it's so customizable. You can just build it to however you want, however your business is working, you just make it to that. And it's lightning fast as well. It's not, yeah. It's a big, like, I don't know, I got like an ADHD brain. So if there's a split second where I can get distracted, I'm off on something else. So yeah, just the way you guys build up the schedule, I can just type, bang, hit enter, next one, hit enter.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, keep up the good work.
Well, yeah, in case you didn't see, we did just roll out a bunch more updates to the scheduling there. You can now you've got the undo and redo on the schedule. There all the custom views in there. You can show the availability, so it's like makes it easier to schedule your jobs, because now you can pop open and see everyone's schedule. If they're scheduled on other jobs, you can see that right there on that Gantt chart, which is a pretty neat update. And then I know they're working on getting the where you can attach files to the task as well. So it's been a big update. So yeah, man. But no, appreciate all the feedback and ideas, because that's what helps us keep growing. And I feel like sometimes maybe we could be going too fast and kind of spoiling people, because when updates take longer later times, like, oh, why isn't it so fast? Well, sometimes just the right timing and it was an easy enough update where we can just, hop over, make it, and then come right back. But
Yeah. No, it was good. Yeah, that last update is really good. Actually, I had a meeting with the boys and got them all to create just a carpentry task for the week, carpentry task for the day, and then the foreman created the all tasks for that one specific job. So now he can just go in there and just go, cool, this is what I'm doing for the week, this is what I'm doing for the day, this is what I'm doing this is all the trades that are coming for that. So it just declutters it and makes it simple. So they all, all the trades love it, and the subcontractors as well. Surprisingly, everyone's like, this is the best I've used. So
awesome.
Yeah, big fan.
Love hearing it. It's great talking to you, Steve.
All right, cool. Thanks, mate.
All right, see ya. Thanks for joining us for this episode of Builder Stories. We hope you enjoyed the conversation and gained valuable insights that can help you in your journey along the way. Don't forget to subscribe to the show and leave us a review. And as always, if you or someone you know has a story to share, please contact us at builderstories.com. We'd love to hear from you. I'm Eric Fortenberry, and remember, every builder has a unique story. Keep building yours.